North Central footy, the excitement of the first round of home and away matches. I'll tell you what, I was pumped when the results come through for my good friends out there in the wheat paddocks at Nullawil, because they came out and had an absolute ripper start from their first match in North Central. It was on the receiving end of all of that pain is our guest, Dale Hinkley. He joins us now. G'day, Dale. How are you?
Yeah, well, thanks, man. It was a good start to the North Central Footy League last weekend, and there was plenty of support at Nullawil, and they came out and had a really good game, and in the reserves as well. So they're a really good, strong outfit, and I think it's a really good fit for the league.
Oh, fantastic stuff at the George Cartwright Oval. 5-12-42's your scoreline. Wasn't enough because Nullawil kicked away to 12-11-83. Tell us, what was the difference between the two premiership sides from the last season? Why did the Golden Rivers newcomers, why did they beat you by such a comprehensive margin? Because, I mean, is there a little premiership hangover still on the Birchip Watcham Bull boys at the moment, Dale?
Yeah, I don't think so, Flowman. No, they were obviously really keen and eager to make an impact, and they did that. And across the league, it was a very wet day, Flowman, and they had a really good start, which is quite important in those conditions. And half time it was nine scoring shots to 12 to their advantage. So we weren't too far away, but they were just able to capitalise going forward, and they got some good targets down there in Mitch Farmer, pretty dangerous, and also good ruckman in Putt. They had good games, and also at their back line, a young local kid, Humphreys. He moves quite well, Flowman, so it'll be one to watch. But on our half, we had some positive signs. In our new recruit, Ben Edwards up forward was a bit luckless, kicking 3-6, but plenty of promise there. And in our midfield, Nick Rippon, he's going to have a really good season this year, and look like he can play inside and out.
Yeah, good stuff. I would want to mention, you did mention the twos, and they had a pretty good win. But in the juniors, you guys were too good. And the 14s, I noticed that they won by 4 points in a thriller, 5-6 to 5-2. A young fella called Tiger Veering booted 4 goals for Nullawil. He looks like a star of the future. Young Ethan Bergman and Will O'Ryan, a couple apiece. And in the 17-year-old age group, your blokes kicked 20-20 to no score, so Nullawil are going to struggle, I think, in that grade this year.
Yeah, it looked that way when I sort of came to the ground there, Flowman. There was couldn't get a car park on the fence. It was 2 rows around, and the scores were a bit one-sided there. And JT Jared Tyler's coaching our boys this year, so in good hands again. And hopefully, under 17 junior grade, you just want good competitive game, and for them to go out there and have a run around.
Good stuff. How about this one? I thought it was a big win for Wedderburn, 16-12, 108 to Charlton, 4-13-37.
Yeah, so this one here, quite interesting. Obviously, 28 scoring shots to 18 in total of in advantage of the Redbacks. So Lockhart had a really good game for the Redbacks, and I think it was Tees stood up for the Blues. Down there it was very wet. I think there was over 20 mils or more down that end of the Calder, Flowman. So the Redbacks have started well. Sam Barnes looks to have structured up their forward line now that he's returned again. Campbell being the beneficiary there. A young centre forward kicked 5 for the day, so he started well again.
He certainly did. Out early were Witcher-proof. They got the first quarter in their control over Donald, and they never let it up. It was 7-7-49 to 5-6-36. The battle of the 2 old stages, it's been called, because Ricky Allen was out there running around, as was one of the greats of North Central football in Ross Young. So I tell you, this was great to see, but what a win for Witcher-proof to upset Donald first up.
Yeah, the Demons have come out of the box hard here, and good four-quarter performance by the looks of it. A lot of pressure, and they had a lot of the ball in the forward half. So that's quite representative of the scoreline there. And the veterans, Ross Young, he's returning and coming back up again to pull the jumper on for the Royals, which is great to see. He's a superstar, and he'll be getting late 30s now. So and also I think Ricky Allen, quite reliable source for his sister, said he's turning 36 in August. So as we mentioned last week, they're not going to retire young, and it's good to see that they're both getting their names on the sheet.
What about the Sea Lake and Daly Tigers? A slow start for them in the tough conditions. Their second quarter very good. It looked like all the scoring at one end of the ground, and they won 7-10-52 to 4-3-27. It was a pretty good game from Boort, and I don't think we can read more than that into it. I think Boort are much improved this year, but I think the Tigers are one to really watch.
Yeah, as we expected. Boort had a good first quarter, but obviously, from that score line, didn't manage to get on the board in the second and third quarter. But 25-point winners to Sea Lake. As we expected, they look to have a strong list right throughout their seniors and reserves, Flowman. So quite looking forward to tomorrow. Up there it'll be a really good day. The weather's going to be the polar opposite, nice sunny, low 20s. So, no excuses this week, Flowman.
Yep, none at all. It has been a really good Anzac weekend view forward as we look forward to this weekend. Be interesting to see the junior football turn, how it's played in much better conditions for the kids. So we'll be watching that. Let's go to round 2 action. And it's Nullawil's first home deck. Oh, they'll be happy. And that beautiful sheepdog that sits up on the silo will be smiling away as always. And they'll be smiling at Nullawil because they take on St Arnaud at home, and I think they can win their second match.
Yeah, I do too. They were really good last week across all their lines. Flowman, play a very good contested brand of football, so that's going to put you in a really good position to win more games than lose. Against St Arnaud, we'll get a first look at them this week. They've got a really good local list. And, they're probably just looking at improving that 10 or 15% this year. And they might see more wins on the score sheet than losses.
Yeah, excellent stuff. We've got Charlton taking on Boort at Navy Blue Park. I think Boort will get the points here.
Yeah, I do too. Boort of, obviously going to be travelling across to Charlton Park for this one. Good conditions. Nathan Twigg, their ruckman, returns again for his second season in the North Central. I really think he's quite a talented ruckman. He's quite mobile, and he's been in the media a bit this week. He'll have a big game and an influence on this one. I'm thinking Boort by a few goals.
What about Witcherproof? Can they get 2 in a row? They take on Wedderburn at home, and it's a big chance for Wedderburn to go 2 in a row.
Yeah, definitely. This one's probably nearly the match of the round. Both coming off wins in round 1. Witchy have got, a really good look to them this year down the forward line. Beckerman, he's going around again, and Horbury in the back line with his experience, and then obviously adding a Hummelhoff who injured early last season. It's great to get both of them out in the park. They look quite dangerous and quite with a bit of promise. I think they might win this one over the Redbacks.
All right, and this is, you said, could be the match of the round on the last one, but I think you actually really want this to be the match of the round. It's one of the big games that comes up in the season when the Birchip Watcham boys, the Bulls, take on the Sea Lake and Daly Tigers up at that big park at Sea Lake. I tell you what, they looked good last week, and you blokes have to find something. This is going to be an absolute beauty.
Yeah, it'll be a good game up there, Flowman. It always is. As always looking to play 4 quarters, and weren't able to do that last week. So can learn from those, learn from last week, and hopefully move forward. But some better players this week. Obviously, they were looking. I see like we're looking at their getting on top in the midfield through the Donnan brothers and O'Sullivan in the ruck as well. Going around again, he'll have a bit of a big influence in the middle of the ground, and then at either end we're quite well balanced. So hopefully we can have a good day out, and look forward to good luck to everyone else playing for the day.
Yeah, it's going to be a beauty. You got the 2 Ripon boys playing for you blokes, and then I'm liking the young fella Simpson. Looks okay up forward. The 2 Cox boys are now in senior football. They got some new names into their side too, but Austin Mertz looms big. And on your side of the ledger, you're going to be very much hoping to get some goals through Nathan Gordon, maybe coming through to kick some big goals along with Daniel Castellano to fire up for this big match. It's a big weekend, and Dale Hinkley, I'll let you get back to that spa on the farm where you're just relaxing out on the front veranda, and got lots and lots of beautiful Anzac weather ahead of us this weekend. I'll be keen to hear the Anzac winners too of the best players and so forth for this weekend.
Very good. Thanks, Flowman.